It's 15 to 7. Why am I up? Showered, obviously, but still in my overhaul jammies. These are the best jammies. I love them. Why am I up this early? Because my husband got put on a training schedule this week. I went into flare on Saturday night, Sunday morning, due to the weather systems coming through. Went from 2 weekends ago being able to proudly, with a hiking cane, the hiking pole, walk almost a quarter of a mile. I've done a lot of physical therapy this winter. I had to get up this morning with my husband because I'm too unsafe currently with my body functions and the way my legs and hands sometimes respond to take a shower when there is no other grown-up here that can call 911. I also had done a craft earlier in the week that I needed to poly spray. I needed to hang on the front porch and just poly spray to put a clear coat on it for my mother-in-law. I needed my husband here, so after I bathed, if my legs were still being really funny, he was here while I stepped over the threshold of the front door and onto the front porch to walk 3 spaces to poly spray a craft and to walk back in, because a little threshold is Mount Everest. Well, actually, Mount Everest is the bathroom that I have to make because I have a step up in my house that is about like this. And so, like, I've been having this big, like, long, drawn out conversations with myself of just how much do I need to go to the bathroom? And am I only needing to pee because I'm thinking about it? So is it therefore like me psyching myself up and making it all worse? What's going on? The only way to get out of flare once my body starts to respond, if y'all notice, nails are off because they become weapons when I have a flare because my hands do funny things. Nails are off because they become weapons. The only thing to push through when a flare starts to fade is to really like demand my body come back to me. And so last night when my husband got finally out of training, I needed some very crucial things at Walmart that we didn't know what time he was going to get off work, or we'd have done a pickup order. And I hated to send him alone for as a man. So I went and I'm on my cane and then I'm death clutching the buggy otherwise. I'm walking so poorly. Now, there were no motorized carts available, but I've never sat in one. I don't know. It's a pride thing with me. I would rather like clutch my cane until I fall as to be on one of those stupid motorized carts. But I'm apparently walking so poorly and look so ghastly that the man on the motorized cart passes me and shakes his head. And I'm like, you fool, you're on the cart. I should feel sorry for you. Why are you feeling sorry for me? And if you're feeling sorry for me, shouldn't you get up off that thing and give it to me? Did he? No. No, he did not. So I did make it home from Walmart. Did get what few things I got put up in the house, and then looked at my husband. Thank God he was like, I'll get a rotisserie chicken, because I lay down, because that wore me out like I had been in an Ironman triathlon. Just let me remind you, just 2 weeks ago, I walked almost a quarter mile with my hiking pole with almost no issues. This is how greatly my body swings when these flares happen. And I've had a tick in my eye for like 4 days now. My gums have swollen. Whatever weather pattern is doing this is not done because I'm still puffy. Like I'm like halfway out of the flare, but the flare won't go the rest of the way away. It's hanging on for something. And I'm like, what are we hanging on for? Is there more bad weather coming? What's going on? It looks like a beautiful day here. So, if anyone has ever seen the movie Walk Like a Man by Howie Mandel, but with Howie Mandel in it, it's from the 80s. It's an old movie. When she is trying, because in the movie he was raised by wolves, when she's trying to teach him how to walk and he's on the treadmill, that's how I was walking at Walmart yesterday. And because I am me, I walked past not thinking about it because there was, you have to go traverse the whole store because of where they put things. And I walked past the end cap of the mirror aisle not thinking. But when I caught myself, and instead of really feeling sad for myself, which I can have days where I feel pitiful for myself, I can, but rather than feeling sad for myself, I just laughed. Because I thought, if somebody saw me 2 weeks ago, I look like an almost normal person. Having an almost normal day, doing almost normal things. And for the last, 4 or 5 days now, getting to the bathroom has been like climbing Mount Everest. If I open a front or back door, I think my husband has like alarm set because he's like, are you in the house? Are you safe? Are you okay? It's not like I could get far anyway. And then I'm just going to tell you, one of the things, I guess because I had those nails put on that flared really big time this go around was my hands and my jaws. I don't know why. Maybe because I had those nails on. My jaw is still flaring. My sinuses are still flaring. Like my whole face is swollen right here. But let me tell you how significantly worse it is to have a hand upper body flare than a lower body flare. There is one thing that you do that everyone in the world does that requires hands. Unless you're born without hands and you learn to adapt. It's very important. It's part of daily life. And it's very hygienic. I might as well be trying to cross-stitch the full Last Supper with Jesus in the middle. All the colors. We can go all the disciples in there, even the crooked ones. As to wipe my honey in right now. Disability. And I could sit down and have a really pitiful day about it, and sometimes I do, but it just strikes me funny sometimes because I know how absurd I look, and I know that people, it's like, yeah, it's fun. It's like people don't know that you have this disorder, so they see you one day and they think, oh, she's fine, and they see you the next day and they go, what the heck happened? Was she in a car wreck? Did she have a stroke? And I'm like, I woke up this morning, my body didn't want to work. Woke up this morning and this part of me said, nah, ain't working today. I'm off, and it's, and I've gotten used to it. So now I have a much more, I guess, humorous look at it than I used to. But by the time they diagnosed me, because I'm out here in the sticks and there are not very many competent doctors, I was 6 years into it. The cutoff to regenerate the nerves is like 6 to 9 months. So I was screwed. There was no going back. There was just a forward, cliff to fall off of, as I go on through my years. So I've been treated like somebody's tipsy toddler at the beach around a very precious sandcastle all week. It's like they're scared you're going to fall. I'm going to make sure all your my husband opens bottles for me before he leaves for work because I can't unsnap the safety seal. So sad. He opens everything for me when he gets home. He had to stay until I got out of the shower this morning, and he had to make sure I was dressed before he could leave, because that could end up in a fall, an entanglement. You ever seen one of those horses with like the spandex things that they somehow got stuck on a barbed wire fence, got tangled up into? That's prone to happen with me trying to put on any like stretchy, comfortable clothes on flare day. If I get stuck on a drawer, nick myself on the side of the bed frame, it's liable. There's no telling what could happen. So he has to make sure I'm clothed. On really bad days, he makes sure I'm back in the bed before he leaves. And then I have friends that love me enough to stop in and say, "Are you alive?" But I'm mobile now. It's just really funny. Like I was trying to go last night, and I was using my cane and the cart, obviously, I was trying to make my legs want to work. Sometimes when I'm coming out of flare, the more I say, please work, they'll be like, oh, okay, fine. They were not having it last night. They were like, heck no, nope, you better get out of here. We're going to cause a scene. And my legs, and I was just like, by God, you won't. But they were going to. So by the time we got out of Walmart, I looked like I had been in a prize fight. And it was irritating, because I went in there looking, I thought halfway decent, come out looking like I had like been in a triathlon and lost severely, not by minutes, hours, by days. So you just have to laugh at yourself, and you just have to go on, because these things are funny. You got to have humor about yourself. You got to laugh. So if you're having a down day and you can't laugh at you, laugh at me. Because currently I am being treated like a greased pig. Everybody's trying to put pantyhose on. You know, everybody's scared to touch me, but then they don't know how to handle me or help me when they do touch me. And so I'm really on my own, even though they think they're helping. Basically, what they're doing is stand by to monitor dial 911. And honestly, for $29.99 a month, I could get Life Alert. But the thing is, I like to talk so much, I'd probably push it just to talk to somebody. So we don't need to do that until I'm much older and can claim dementia on that one, because I will talk the hind leg off a mule. But yeah, some days you just gotta laugh at yourself. So I got up this morning and did all of that before my husband left, because I knew if I waited until he went to work and I was alone in this house, there was a possibility I could end up in a compromising position for ambulance crew to find me in, which I would still find funny. It could possibly ruin their entire day, life, eyesight, or more. So yeah, if you're having a rough day, laugh at me today. I'm having a rough one too, but it's freaking hilarious from where I am. Because 2 weeks ago I was walking, and now it's hard to chew granola. It doesn't make sense, which is why it's so funny. For the first 6 years, I cried, and now it's just like, what else can I do? And then I'll find certain things that I can do very effectively and efficiently that make no sense whatsoever. If I put on music and I try to do calligraphy, I can do calligraphy. If I don't have on the music, I can't do calligraphy. I need to be like one of those brainwave test studies. There's something about the flow of the music that helps the flow of my hands. It's like in the first time I watched Awakenings with De Niro in it, I went, holy crap, I'm gonna freeze to stone. But I have tremors and issues with my hands. But if the music's playing and I'm like singing along and enjoying the music, I can do calligraphy and I can do really pretty lettering. If I don't have music on, it's crap. It's absolute crap. It's like a toddler. It's like, well, Monday she wrote her name, but on Wednesday she wouldn't do anything. So I feel like my body has been like a toddler in pre-K that has not wanted to get with the program this week. So I'm just laughing at myself going through this week going, it's got to get better. I think my nurse comes today, and she always gets a kick out of my humorous perspectives on this disorder. I have reflex sympathetic dystrophy. I think I laugh at it because I know it's only going to get worse. So I think I have to like suck the joy out of life right now before I know it will get really bad. So I tend to have a more humorous look at things after I got over the initial pity party that I threw for a few years. But when I have things that I've gotten in a pattern of enjoying doing and then for a week or two I can't do, it is frustrating because I'm stuck. My body is saying that something's still coming because I'm still like I started to come out of flare and then it's holding. So I don't know what's going on. Like I wish my legs would like work. But I even want like the last good day I had, I even washed my Jeep because I was supposed to be able to be mobile this weekend. Plans. Never make plans when you're disabled because you can't make plans when you're disabled. But now my blood work and stuff is, still hanging in, looking good. I'm just in flare and didn't have a fall, was doing excellent. I mean, had almost 3 weeks of really good body function. And I think it's just been these massive storm systems moving through. Yeah, I'm still feeling something too, and I'm like, I'm waiting for like the flare to worsen again, and I'm like, because it's hanging on. Something, I'm still swollen, puffy, and feel like my body at any moment is just going to go, and we're back to not working, And so I'm just waiting. I did a few things this morning and I missed a couple things when I went to pick them up and was like, oh no, I was doing better yesterday. So I still feel like there's something sketchy gonna, like, weather-wise happen. But the first day that I am mobile, I'm mobile. But it's kind of ruined, like, everything that I had worked so hard to get in routine with the last couple of months. It has completely erased it for this last week. And so my schedule that is helping me function has been erased. And so that has not helped. And then on top of that, David's schedule was changed this week, which dippled me into land. Because I'm a creature of habit and routine. It helps me. So there's been a lot of things. And watch the twitch. I've got such a twitch in this eye today. Yes, it's difficult. Yeah. And like, that's why as soon as I have a good day, it's like, peace out, I'm gone. Because I have to take advantage of those good days because I do not know when I go to bed at night. I don't know what kind of body I'm going to wake up with the next day. Depends on my central and sympathetic nervous systems. And they're not friendly people and they don't work together really well. Yeah, I've been trying to keep flushed, keep my body really well hydrated. To not do anything to cause any like muscle contractures or frozen muscle issues, and be very kind to myself. But when I thought I was coming out of flare, I thought, okay, well, it'll do me good to put around for a minute. No, it was like, that's what I went home last night knowing full well that either there's something still yet to come through with this weather system, or my body is just going to hang on for, a big finale with this flare. So something's going on. But I just thought, hey, have a laugh on me as I sit here in my turban towel and my jammies. For the next hour, I'm going to try to eat oatmeal. And it will take me about an hour to do it. Never let your husband pick out your cutlery, because if you have coordination and grip strength and fine motor skill issues at times, you need thicker handled silverware. And if your husband buys silverware, he will buy the cheap, tiny stuff. I can't hang on to it. So if I can't find my one big spoon that I really like, I'm screwed. It's going to take me an hour to eat my oatmeal. So I'm hoping I have it washed and in the dish drainer. But that's how difficult life can be. And so to do the dishes for the last week almost, I have had to sit in my rolly cart and lock the brakes because my legs will jerk. As I'm washing the dishes, I'll get an impulse and my legs will jerk. And if I don't have my brakes on, I'll just go flat backwards across the kitchen. So brakes are an important thing when you have a disorder. So it's just, little things in life that I have to stop and laugh at, because if, I could cry about them, but what good would it do? I still have to deal with it. So I laugh about it. But I'm going to go try to find my toddler spoon and eat my oatmeal. And if I can't, it legit will take me an hour to eat my oatmeal. But as soon as I feel better and I'm working a little bit better, I'll be on more. I was actually starting to create content again because I was finally crawling out of the sickness and physical therapy, never-ending exercise giant hole that I fell in all winter, which was good. It was good for me, but it took all my time. and I wasn't able to do anything, even craft, even spend much time with y'all for several months. And that infection in my pelvic bone and my hip joint really socked me. That was really rough. So, I think I'm in a better place now. I'm doing much better. This is my first really big flare since I had all of that hip pelvis crap hit the fan. That sounded funny. But this is also some of the worst storms we've had so far this year. So that's probably something that works together there. And the storms that moved through my area the other day were very electrical, which tend to mean they will make my disorder ramp up. So, but it's beautiful today. So I'm like, okay, Mr. Meteorologist, you need to tell me why I can't open small things. Explain. You got some explaining to do. It's like it's sunny outside. These should work better today. The sun is shining. So I'm trying to make peace with this today. They're doing a lot better than they were doing the other day. I added the shading and poly sprayed that craft that I've been working on for my mother-in-law. I put a picture on the community page. But it's just like, hello? I hate Walmart. I wouldn't have gone had I not had to have had a few things. But when the guy motored by me on the disability cart and shook his head at how pitiful I looked, that's when I got irritated. And when everybody hovered at the yogurt and egg section, determined to get the lowest priced whatever they could find, I knew exactly what I needed. I needed the 2 tubs of the big low-fat vanilla yogurt, because that's what we put in the Quick Oats to help give it a little bit of flavor. And I was standing there trembling, hanging onto a cane in a cart. And they were there like comparing the notes. And they even looked back at me. And I was like, I just need to grab 2 of those big jugs and turn back and just continue their conversation like I did not matter to the world. And I thought, I bet you all are gems. But I didn't say anything. And then when they finally moved, they said, oh, we're sorry. And I said, yes, you are. And just kept going. I was just like, I was on a mission at the point. Just get your yogurt and get out of the dairy section, because it's always the farthest from the door, right? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? I know it was very rude, but I was just like, if I snip, today I do not have the energy to really quip back. So I just said, yes, you are, and grabbed my yogurt and kept going. So, but people are really rude to disabled people. They look at my weight and they think I'm disabled because of my weight, when actually I was very fit and healthy and quite a power lifter, basically, until I was injured at work. And I was injured at work. I was a wilderness camp counselor. I had a boy attack me with an axe, started nerve damage and bone issues. And before they figured out that the nerve damage was as bad as it was, kaboom, it had spread. I now have this lovely disorder, and my left leg is basically atrophied, most of it. The quad is pretty much gone. The calf only functions when it wants to hurt me. And I can't feel a lot with the left bottom of my foot. So if I buy flip-flops, I have to buy sandals that grab my toes really hard or wrap around a toe, because I can't feel a band across the top of my foot. And I'm afraid I'll lose or get it stuck on something and trip myself up. So the things that you have to think about when walking through a store, when other people just shop and you're disabled, you're like, am I going to feel that fall down like certain clothes? Am I going to feel that creeping down because they don't have nerve function everywhere? Am I going to feel that creeping down before I moon somebody behind me? It's a possibility. Am I going to take 3 steps before I realize I walked out of that summer sandal? I can't wear a skirt without bike shorts underneath, because if the wind blows, sometimes my skin is very sensitive to the wind. Other times it's very numb. And if I wear a summer dress, I always wear bike shorts underneath, because sometimes I can't tell if my skirt has blown up too high. I can't feel it. So I always have my hands down, or I have shorts on under my summer dresses. And it's just stupid stuff like that. And I get bit by a deer fly the other day. My husband gets bit, and I get bit by a deer fly as well. He's helping me put laundry on the line because I'm not allowed to do anything on my own, but I still want to feel independent. It's like a toddler. He gets bit, I get bit. He literally smacks, scratches, and goes in. I now have this huge welt on my back from a deer fly because I'm in flare and I got bit by a deer fly. And so my body went, oh, that's a fly, because that's what RSD is. It's like, oh, that's an ant. It's a mountain. That's what RSD is for a body. I have this little overreactive, drama-driven nervous system. And then at other times, like when I fall and I should be banged up, broken, or swollen, it's like, oh, we're good. That's nothing. Paper cut? Oh, we're going to swell her whole arm up. She fell off the porch. Oh, she's good. And the doctors are like, we just don't know what to do with you. And I'm like, I don't either. But it's funnier than crap the way that my body responds. I have a lot of paradoxical responses to medications and to therapy programs. And so my physical therapist has been great. It's freaking hilarious because she'll ask me to do one thing one day and I did it. And the next day she'll be like, do that again. And I'm like, I can't. She's like, why can't you? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't do it. She started me on senior belly dance. Imagine that if you want to or not. To be honest, I find that quite hilarious. All senior belly dance is done, which is really good for you if you don't know what muscle groups or bone groups give you problems. If you do senior belly dance, you will know in 5 minutes because you will know. It's like buying a new old Ford pickup truck and realizing you need 15 hands of WD-40 and you know every squeaky place. One session with that senior yoga or senior belly dance lady will do that for you. You will know exactly what parts of you need WD-40. Now if they just made WD-40 for joints. And don't tell me rooster comb or they even wanted to give me cadaver cartilage. The surgery to put the stuff in, even the smaller procedures to put stuff in does more damage than the good it does to do stuff like that for my joints. So, but I'm telling you, that senior belly dance class, you'll figure out every hitch in your giddy up. And the first time after I did that and my physical therapist visited, I was walking funny. And she said, what did you do? And I said, senior belly dance, lesson 1. And she goes, and how are we feeling? I said, like a stifled mule. And if you're from the country, you get that. Because I definitely was dragging my left leg. And then it would all of a sudden, it would snap and follow me. Like every 4th step. I felt like a stifled mule. So that's been my day for the last 4 or 5 days, just like Groundhog Day on repeat. So let's see what I trip over, fall over, run into. Sometimes I'll go down the hallway, headed for the bathroom, and just take the turn to the bathroom too quickly and run into the door frame. You think I could do things like that now at almost 45 years of age? No, I can't. No, not when the little alien in my head is working the controls. Can't do it. So let's see what else happened stupid today because I had to get up early to get everything done so that I wouldn't end up calling the ambulance people and having them find me half naked somewhere trying to take a shower. So kudos to my husband for sticking around until I took my shower. Let's just pray that the ambulance guys never have to go through that event. Okay, let's just pray for that. He's bored because he's in training. He's not running his machines, so he's irritated. But this is supposed to be the last day of training, and then tomorrow he works part of a normal shift. But I don't think it's his shift. It's just a part of a shift on the line. And then he goes back to his machine and area. So they're reconfiguring something about the factory space, and they needed, like the guys that have been there the longest, to help come up with a new something other, and they had to go through a training to do it. And that's about as much as I know about what's going on in his world, because literally all week's been a struggle to wipe my own honey in. So my husband has, As long as he's fed and he's breathing, this week is a success for me. Because this week, instead of him being the toddler, I'm the toddler. So have a laugh at that. I'm going to try to do some hand exercises and maybe some hand stitching today. My thumb is still wanting to fall out of socket right here. But I'm going to ask my hands to work. Darn you little things. And I'm going to try to get back on a better path, but I still feel like my body's hovering for something. So let's just wait and see what it's hovering for, because either it's my body fixing to have a kaboom explosion, or there's something is not done in the weather world. Oh, are they? Well, at least he's still working. Well, we think it's from the chairs because he's on his feet all day. So now he's been in training. And so we think it's just from the chairs because we all did the big kidney stone breath. But we think it's just from the chairs where he's seated in training all day because he's not used to that. So after 2 days of holding my breath thinking, oh, God, here we go, kidney stone, he seems to be okay now. And I think it's just being still for him is very difficult. He goes. He's up constantly. And to sit down for as many hours this week as he had, oh, he's not been happy. Not a happy camper. Not at all. No. So, okay. I just wanted to share my struggle so that y'all can laugh because it is funny, I swear. And if you haven't seen Walk Like a Man with Howie Mandel, Google it on YouTube. The full movie is on YouTube. Pretty decent, funny, old 80s movie. It'll make you chuckle. And when she's teaching him to walk, think of me, because that's what I looked like in Walmart last night. And trying to poly spray my mother-in-law's gift for Mother's Day this morning. And trying to get in and out of the tub in the bathroom. Might as well have been a steeplechase Olympic sporting event. Yep. So, it's just one of them weeks, y'all. It's just one of them weeks. We're going to get through this. And by golly, next week, I'm going to walk another almost quarter mile. And I'm going to do all those things. And then when I fall down and have another struggle, I'm going to try to find the humor in it. But if it lasts for more than like 8 days, it starts getting less and less humorous. So I'm on day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm on day 5. So we've got a couple days here. And if it stretches beyond that, then I start getting irritable. But I think, I'm holding for something. Whatever I'm holding for hopefully will happen so I can get on with my life. So we'll just see what's going on. And I will update you when whatever happens. Because y'all get the breaking news when I do. So, but as soon as I'm mobile. As soon as I have good days, going to do my fun things. I've dedicated my summer to that. That's what's going to happen, because the last several years I've not made many memories because my health has been so bad. This summer is all about making memories. So as soon as I get out of this flare, I'm back to making memories. That's what everyone should do, whether you're disabled or not. If you have a good day, do something to make a memory. Make a wrinkle, log a moment, take a snapshot, put a Polaroid in your brain, and remember that day. Because as you get older, it's those things that you stroll back through. It's not your closet and your clothes and your shoes and all that stuff. It's your memories that you get to stroll back through and that you get to keep. So when you have a good day, make a memory. I'm going to go eat my oatmeal and find that stupid spoon. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.